Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back along to another episode of The Young Farmer. My name is Andy and you join me in something blue. Can you believe it? We are just giving the new T6 a little bit of a blast for us, really. I'm having a bit of a go in it today because I've got George out there actually on my tractor doing a spot of drilling for me because I need to go get them with some spraying shortly. Behind me in the 660 is Anthony. He is, for once, actually he's not on the hedge cutter or the mowers. He's got a dump trailer on as well, and I am pulling a dump trailer that is new to me. I picked this one up second hand recently, so we've got my own and we've got at least one behind that as well. And we're actually going down into this little cottage on our left here. We've been doing some landscaping work. Anthony has been in the hired track loader that we have, and we've been building the pond, can you believe? So we're going to go and have a bit of a look at that. And this is, the road here is still yet to be done because we figured we'd wait until we caused all of the other issues that we possibly could, and then we get cracking with that. So we are, yeah, everything else is kind of be left. And as you can see as we come into here, it's a different excavator to the usual one. This one is the same model, same make, but it's a bit bigger with a wicked little plow on the back of it, a chisel plow, and then a bigger bucket on the front. But what we're gonna do, well, what I'm gonna do at least, is if I've got space, is kind of pull around here. There he is, 660. It's nice to see him doing some different on than kind of flail work and hedge trimming work there, so he's enjoying himself. And he is our kind of landscaper as well, so he does a lot of the plant work that we have any in. We actually hide him in an excavator 4 here, and you'll see if we come around the corner, this has been done over the course of a couple of weeks really. We had an excavator just to shape some of the land around here, and we made a little pond there, tapped into a drain that was in the hillside that just kind of, well, emptied out into the middle there really. Yeah, this is what we've got. So this is going to gradually fill up here, and this is looking pretty good, but we need to just fill this spot here really. So what we'll be doing with this with these trailer loads that we have, probably trying to get them to tip it in and around here, and then you just come in with that big track loader, tip a little bit down there to level all that out, and then possibly a bit here, although that bit I fancy might get kept as like a little bit of a grassed off terrace area, I think. But as you can see, it's starting to fill up there. We even put some reeds in there so it can grow and it can fill out and stabilize the pH and the oxygen levels within the water, which is what we want. And then, yeah, it's looking pretty darn good, I think you'll agree. So all I need to do is just kind of drop this into here. But I wanted to drive the T6 today, which is why I shoved George onto my tractor to go and do a little bit of drilling. He's more than capable of it as well. He's done a lot of drilling in his former employment, so we're going to get him to do that for us as well there. And just good to get him onto a different tractor as well, so that he can always cover. We've got both drills out in Sandy Bay today. Oh, around there. George is on mine, obviously, on the slightly bigger Porsche Pronto, and then we've got Chris out with his 870 there, and he is cracking along nicely as well. So we're probably just going to take the spot here, I think. As we look at it, as that tips up, this is our rather beautiful new Bailey trailer. As you can see, yeah, it's looking rather good actually there. It's immaculate. It's absolutely gleaming. We picked this one up. It had been owned by one other person who didn't really use it for too much other than a bit of haul and muck really. As you can see, it looks great, and it's just going to be perfect for us when we do our landscaping work and figuring out what that all looks like, and making sure that we don't have to use the grain trailer for it all really, which is pretty perfect for what I would like to see. But yeah, ultimately it's great. Pulls on the back of this New Holland very nicely actually, very nicely indeed. So let's get ourselves back on in. So I think what we'll do actually, we might just stay there, we might wait, we'll get Anthony's load in about here then, and then we'll just have a look to see what else we can get cracking along with here. A bit of a walk around and show you what else is going to come onto here as well, but let's just get Anthony all settled up first, I think. Alright then, so we're just going to get kind of settled up here. Anthony's got himself ready to go and kind of landscape that. He knows what he's doing. But with this property here, obviously it is not mine. It's a contract job we had. It started off by just bringing a bit of stone in here for them to eventually figure out their driveway, which clearly they haven't done yet, but I'm sure they'll get around to that at some stage. And then it came to us being asked to come back with an excavator to do a little bit of landscaping for this pond, which we've all but finished. Pond is starting to fill up there slowly as well, so you can imagine that's going to continue for a little while. We've got a little bit more landscaping to do there. They also want a bit of a track reinstated down the back of the pond here, which will be job number 3, so they can have a bit of like a off-road circuit ramp thing down there. So that's something else we're going to have a look into and just see if we can help out with that one, because yeah, otherwise it's going to be looking, well, it's we've done everything so far there, so it'd be nice to kind of finish everything off. And then on the other side they want a few trees to be taken care of there, a few trees to be felled so they can get themselves in. And on this side I think they want to do something similar in terms of the track, but not quite the same, if that makes sense. So they need to they want to get a few trees felled here. We even took one down there just the other day, which is a blooming long tree, so that we're gonna have to get some of those taken care of there and chopped up a little bit smaller so that it can actually be transported. But then yeah, they want to put some sort of garden in here, I think. So it's these kind of trees from that fallen tree over are the ones that will be coming down next. So interesting indeed. But that's pretty much what we're looking like at the moment. What I'm going to do is knock this off, and I'm actually just going to take the New Holland back up to the yard, which is going to be my tractor for the rest of the day. We are going to leave we're going to leave Anthony here to get cracking along, give him a bit more space in which to work. And then we're going to bounce, jump into the sprayer. We've got plenty of ground to go and spray around here as well, which shouldn't take us too long to do. It's not the biggest land in the world, but hey, it'll be good for us to get going anyhow. And then we'll see what it looks like from there. But yeah, I quite like this little tractor actually. I mean, I'd love to get a front loader on it sooner rather than later, but it drives pretty well. It's nice and smooth. The transmission on it's pretty easy and straightforward to figure out there, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, for 170 horse, or just over 70 horsepower tractor, it's pretty decent indeed. So we'll see how that how it continues. But yeah, otherwise it's not all bad. So how are you doing anyway? I hope everything is well. What we might do, I wonder if we can see. Chris should be just over the fields there somewhere. But we can see him from here. Just doing a few of the smaller blocks of land around there. Oh, those potholes are big. We're going to spring it back up via George, see how he's getting on in the class. Apparently he hadn't driven the class before there. He was familiar with the GPS on it though, so the drill wasn't going to be too difficult to function, but he seemed to get away with it no problem at all. He's fairly intuitive to drive those things, and he's a good driver anyway, so it's good to see. Very nice to see. Go. So yeah, I hope everything is doing very well wherever you are, wherever you're watching. Thank you ever so much for watching along. Your comments have always been great to read up with as well, but do let me know what you're driving at the moment. A lot of you have been upset that we did end up getting the New Holland here, but it is I think we touched on it last time out, that just the better option for us really, the better option for the business right now. And yeah, I quite like it. It's not, as you can see, it's got a good little bit of pace to it right now, and we're horsing along, so I don't mind it at all. I do like this little monitor here as well. That's pretty cool. That's working quite well. Okay, let's go that way. Awesome stuff. So this is the field that we've already got all drilled up. That's all done. We did that one. And then George is in this one just around the corner here, I do believe. He should be cracking along through. And as you can just see over the fence, he is just cracking along there actually. We're not going to stop. Can't really see him over the hedge there. I don't want to disturb him too much, but I'll give him a beep. Here we go. Fantastic stuff. And onwards we go. So what we're going to do is just jump up to the yard here, pick up the Pantera again, get it filled up from our chemical store, because we're going off. We've got about I think there's about 120 acres for us to do today. Ooh, jeez, that was a balance. That needs to be filled in this winter. And yeah, we're going to get going. So we'll get this parked up there. We'll get a quick turnaround and we'll catch you in a little. One thing it should be worth pointing out as well that we did trade in, or we did sell that Red Rock trailer that we had there to get the Bailey. So it's we didn't keep that one. But yeah, it does look very smart. It looks very nice. Fits very well in that New Holland there as well. So good, very happy with that one. I got my keys. I just need to go and take this over to the chemical store on the other side of the yard. Get it fired up first. And break off, and back we go. Perfect. So we're off to go and spray some winter barley. It's going to have some post-emergent herbicide put onto it, just to stop any weeds that starting to come through there, just to stop those, nip them in the bud, so to speak, before they get too far. But yeah, it's current growing conditions are pretty lethal for weeds, actually, in all honesty, which is a shame, but it does mean that we're going to have a lot more spraying to do this year. Yeah, we'll get this all filled up there, and we'll get you out and join us when we're on the road. Would you just look at that view out there this morning? It is beautiful. The sea har is still in though, so it's a bit misty, it's a bit foggy there this morning. Hopefully that'll disappear with the tide, but it does make for some stiller conditions actually around here when we are drilling, which is kind of nice, when we are spraying, beg your pardon there. So it's allowing us to get cracking there at least, and we're going to go down this way. Well, off we go. This sprayer is probably going to head over to Charwell pretty soon again to stay over there, and then as soon as we finish with the 830 and the Pronto today, that's going to go onto the Caverland sprayer, and then we'll be really hitting it with both ends from there on in. We've still got a little bit of drilling left to do, but nothing that the 4-meter combination drill can't deal with, and we'll get Christus to take care of all that one. And yeah, we should be looking good there. It's on to spraying now as well as we creep into the middle of autumn, so it's a good time for us, and it's good that we're starting to get other contracts going through for non-field work based things, really, just to keep the team going over the winter. And then yeah, we've got a lot of our own work to do. We're going to be really cranking up the screws on carton bales, selling fodder off as well, so we'll see how we get on there. But yeah, lots to think about, really. It should be an interesting day from that perspective. In, around we go. And we're going to have to cut up through the back end of the town here as well. And we'll get ourselves in. Sounds like there's a helicopter up above. Okay, just creep through here. Nicely done. I am on the lookout though for a slightly better fuel trailer, or like not a fuel trailer really, but a fertilizer trailer, a Bowser if you will. Look at the size of that, that's an actual hole. Something that we can ideally tour around with this, but if we can't, something that we can just cart to a field and leave with water and chemicals in there alike, just so we'll have... the main problem I have right now is keeping this thing going really, and if we get, for example, if I take this and the Caverland over to Charwell, it's a long way to go to be without any backup really, any refueling, refilling backup. So I am on the lookout. We have that old trailer that we converted. Just stuck a whole lot of IBCs on there, but it doesn't quite work as well as I'd like. I'd like to get some of the big pump on there as well. So we'll have to see about that one. But yeah, I am on the lookout for that. I've seen a few people who have converted other grain trailers in the past there and stuck like a big tank on there, which would work, but it just needs to be of a slightly better value for me. But yeah, it's one of the many options I am looking into. Going up the hill. Man, it's like a heavy crop of clover there. And what's great about this weather at the moment as well is that the cows are still out there and still enjoying life really. They're still cracking along, so hopefully they'll get out for a little bit longer. It's still quite warm during the day, so I think they go in for the evening, but it's still nice and warm for them. still... I have a feeling I might be getting called in to do a second cut on that field grass there. I think that could be... We harvested it first time round for seed, and I think there was talk of a second cut coming. But yeah, other than that, there's not much happening there actually. Now the first field we're going to come into is the one just on our left here. We're going to get that one taken care of. A few weeds coming through there, you can see already, so it does need to be sprayed off. But we're going to get ourselves into here, and then we'll see what's up next. And so we're going to bounce kind of up here. Oh Lord. Bit of a rough gateway. There we go. I do still love seeing my own self-propelled sprayer. It's an absolute beautiful thing. Really, really is. Paying itself off at the moment as well, very handily, I must admit. Okay. We're gonna pull in here. You can see this is a crop of, this is winter barley, this one. It's coming through nicely. There is a little sign in places of some of various different weeds coming through. So at the moment, the aim is to kind of choke those out before they start, before this crop gets too advanced. So we should be good. I just want to get myself away from there. There we go. Back on this side. There. Got to lower down. Alright, excellent, off we go. Happy days. And this is going to be me for the next couple of hours, really, I think. Plenty to go at. Plenty for us to get ticked off the list there. Once we do, we'll get moved on to the next as well. So, likely going to be get this 120 acres or so done this morning. And then jump on over to Sharwell for this afternoon, I think. And just get it over there and get ready to go for tomorrow morning. And then get myself brought back over somehow. But yeah, we're all over in Sandy Bay. We're all still cracking along, making some excellent progress, excellent times, and I'm hoping that will be able to continue as well. But just really wanted to show you something different with the pond work that we had been doing. I didn't get any footage of us actually out there with the excavator because I didn't get time to do it. I was way out drilling. But yeah, it's nice. There's a little bit of change up. I am toying with the idea of trying to find either a second-hand excavator or a track loader like the one that we're using there now. But these are all kind of pipe dreams of mine right now, so we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, otherwise we are pushing along very nicely indeed. We're going to continue though in the Pantera, get these fields wrapped out, and we'll come back to you at a later date. So until then, thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed as always. If you have and you've yet to do so, don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button as well to Simulation for the Nation, and we will see you all later. Until then, have yourself a great day, take care, and we'll catch you later.